Kia ora, good morning. So I want to document a dream, but bloody hell, Amber. Swear to God, every time, this is so her. This is so her. If she was still alive, she would be right on top of this because this would mean this meant as much to her what I was doing as it does to me. So some things are starting to make sense, but you have to bear with me because I've got a little bit of an ear infection. I was born with dodgy ears. My ears are very sensitive, but one of the last times I had the Shrek with my baby's donor, my ex, Chris, in order to finish, he had to punch me in the face and he cracked one of my teeth and it damaged the nerve. And so now I'm constantly riddled with ear infections. It's when I knew he was getting into fetishes, the whole BDSM, you know, this all ties in. This all ties in. This all. It was like literally one of the last times we had. It's documented on my police report when I filed for historical sexual abuse. I've got the dental records to prove it because I had to have my tooth pulled because I was getting ear infection after ear infection after ear infection. And when I went to the dentist, it was my dentist, Mark, who said that the tooth had split at the root or something and it was pressing against the nerve and causing my ear infection. So they pulled the tooth out, but it's damaged the nerve. So every now and then I get ear infections. So you just have to forgive me. I've put rose water in my ears. So after a couple of hours, it'll be completely fine. I've got a little bit of a fever from it. It always happens. Get a headache, fever, sore ears. So if that happens to you, just put rose water, a couple of drops of rose water in your ear. I've just done that. So within a couple of hours, I'll be completely fine. It's just I might have trouble with my voice because with my hearing, it affects my voice. So if I sound a bit slurry or anything like that, you know why. Hang on, I'm having my first coffee for the day. So, bloody Amber, I tell thee, she's getting ready to come down. She's getting ready to be born. She's chosen her baby daddy. So I had a dream, and if I get cut off, you'll know it's Elon, because after what I just did, he's going to be pissed. But it's tied into this dream. It's tied into Amber. So I had a dream that I was on a bus and I had all these suitcases with me, but I was a man. And my girlfriend behind me was going on. She was going off at me about how she has to do everything and she has to pay for everything. And he's not helping. If I get cut off, just give me a minute because Elon will absolutely 100% be watching. And he won't be happy with me at all because I'm about to launch a lawsuit against him and I've just hopefully talked his daughter into doing the same thing. So, and she was going on and on about how he doesn't do anything. And he was like, okay, fine, I'll get a job, do whatever, just, shut your face, get out of my face, blah, blah, blah. And in my dream, I'm thinking, why am I talking to her like that? That's my baby's mama. Why am I talking to her like that? Just friggin' like I'm arguing in my head as to why I'm behaving so badly against the mother of my child. Hang on, just got to have a sip. This is my first coffee and I need it bad. I'm shaking a little because of everything that's just been unveiled because of bloody Amber. So then it cuts to me living in this really beautiful home. It was my home and it was the only way I can describe it is I was living a life of luxury. And I walked Amber outside because she had to catch... Oh, I'm going to get emotional. See, every time I mention her, because she had to catch the bus and she said, I've only got 5 minutes. Remember Lexi? yesterday when she said I can't stay long. Amber said I've only got 5 minutes to go and catch my bus. And I didn't want her to go. It was like I knew it was the last time I was going to see her. And I gave her this big hug and I watched her walk down the street by herself, and I was just like screaming in pain. It was just emotional agony watching her walk away. And then I walked back into my house that was just beautiful, and I was just crying. And then this little bird flew to this big massive window on my right and landed on the branch of a tree that was like right up against the window, and it started chirping at me. And through my tears I was saying, what are you saying? I can't hear you, what are you saying? And then the bird, because of my ears, and the bird said, don't worry, it's not over, she's coming back. And then I woke up, and I woke up at like 12 minutes past 5. I fell asleep just after 7. Because I sleep so well, I sleep so well. And then when I woke up and started checking X, just like all hell broke loose between then and now in regards to me and Elon Musk, and I'm not going to go into it, but I have contacted his daughter with my concerns, and I've advised her to get a lawyer. And remember my the gold bus dream? When I got off the bus at the antique shop, I've uncovered that his mistress, his dominatrix mistress, Paper Dolls Productions, was copying my style ideas for my movie. She set up a whole Instagram and everything. I'm not going into it here. I'll just put all the links in the description box below, and you can check it out yourself, because I don't want to go into that here, because it's ruining my moment with Amber. Because basically my gold bus dream, remember I was saying it was, me being caught in the in-between and things being caught on video. You're going to want to see the links, because the stuff that's been caught on video pertaining to Elon Musk is one of the reasons why I'm so glad I contacted his daughter. And his mistress, Paper Doll, Tia Darling, is involved in this sick fetish regarding Elon's daughter, and this needs immediate attention. I think she needs legal protection, and I think she needs to take out some sort of restraining order or something out on him, because the stuff that those two have been getting up to behind closed doors regarding his daughter is nothing short of sick and criminal. But I'll put the links in the description box. But in that dream, the gold bus dream, I was going to Switzerland, and I had to get off, got off the bus to look at the antiques, and remember there were things caught on video. And then this man came and had the papers, had the information that I needed, and I got back on the bus to Switzerland. So she's chosen her father. She's chosen her father. She's chosen to come back down. She's ready to come back down. That's why she was getting on the bus. Which means that when she's reborn, because she's going to be the ninth element, she's going to be when I conceive her miraculously, she's going to be proof of the ninth element, the resurrection. I think I'm going to get pregnant pretty fast, because usually when we die, we're reborn straight away. But some sit in a holding pattern, because if they're martyred, or they die pure, they're allowed to choose who they become when they die. They're allowed to choose their destiny. And I asked her to come and be with me, and I think she's agreed to come down and be with me. because I think that the woman on the bus that was yelling at the man that was me is Ashley Sinclair. He's deleted all mentions of Ashley Sinclair off my ex. And of course, when I woke up, if you look at the links, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. I think that Amber was letting me know that I was about to get involved in this whole Ashley St. Clair, Vivian, Jenna Wilson thing, defending his family, which also takes me back to the dream that I had where Nicole Kidman and Hugh Jackman were fighting in that pub, and I was defending Nicole Kidman. And I got into a fit. He started attacking me. He started hitting me, and I beat the shit out of him. Absolutely floored him. And everybody had their phones in the pub, and they were watching the fight, and they watched me kick the shit out of Hugh Jackman, and everyone was laughing at him. And the video of me kicking his ass went viral. And I said, I think that Nicole Kidman in that dream was Ashley. Me sticking up for Ashley. And the dream that I had just now this morning with me on with the bus, it's because remember, he's not helping her, he's not supporting her. And she's one of the ones that has been speaking up about the Grok Imagine child P stuff, which ties into the whole Vivian thing. Because some of his images look exactly like her. And that Tia Darlin Paper Doll Productions has been dressing up exactly like her, Musk's daughter. And also, Grok X tried to make out like those images of Bill Clinton and Stephen Hawking dressed as little princesses, and that was fake, but Instagram's not calling it fake. It's because I had pointed out that they were dressed exactly like Tia Darlin / Paper Dolls, and I've got the images all there. They dress like Disney princesses because it's part of their fetish. And when I started writing about Princess Anahita and the Amber Rose and all that, Elon and Tia Darlin immediately jumped on it. And then she set up that paper doll production thing, trying to pass herself off as a production costume designer, when she was just stealing all my ideas off my ex when I was putting pins and things for costume idea designs for when we start making our movies and that. If you look at all the and I've got hundreds of them too. So she's been copying me to appeal to his fetish that he has against the stuff that I create. That has triggered some sort of revelation about him. And this video that Iran's just dropped of Elon Musk at Epstein's house grabbing this little blonde girl, all I could see in my head was the Tia Darling character, the Paper Dolls character, dressed up as a little Disney princess, and she looks just like Vivian. And you know what Elon Musk's dad, Errol, the sort of stuff he does. And he made no bones about the fact that Elon and those kids got a lot of whippings when they were kids, so that's where his BDSM fetish comes from. And I tried to warn my friend. I tried to warn him to get out of it, and he didn't listen. Elon pretended to be someone that was talking to me on WhatsApp. And I can tell you here and now, he likes spit in his mouth. He thought I didn't know, but I did. But he was hiding behind my friend. And yeah, I lost Yodok, I lost Vladdy. But anyway, the thing is that Amber was letting me know that my baby daddy's waiting for me in Switzerland, but he's not necessarily from Switzerland. I think I'm going to meet him once I get to Switzerland. So I don't necessarily, it's like she's pointing out who he is. The man with the rose. The man with the roses. And that's what Elon was trying to do in Knight's World. He even does a Snow White reference. Does this look familiar? Because, I'm always mentioning Snow White, my Snow White Rose Red and all of that. Because it's like he was trying to pull me away from my path, but he's an idiot. He was trying to use mind control, trying to trick me into believing that my path was somewhere different. He did not want me in Russia, and he does not want me in Switzerland. But he's an idiot because, like, my dreams, my ancestors, my codes, my algorithms tell me where my path is. I'm like a compass. Like, if you want to face north and you're not facing north, when you put your compass out, the dial has to spin for a bit. Or is it this way? Is it that way? And you have to turn your body to match the compass. I originally thought it was America, it wasn't. I originally thought it was Canada, it wasn't. I contemplated it being Scotland, Ireland, Wales, New Zealand, Russia, and it wasn't. It's Switzerland. And even she's pointing out that it's Switzerland. So whoever her baby daddy is, I'm going to meet him in Switzerland. My teacher said that he would be waiting for me on bended knee. That when I get there, she said the land of A's, and I figured out the other day what the land of A's were, and it's Switzerland. And yeah, I'd be welcome with open arms. I can open arms, and he'd be waiting for me there. And I always thought it meant that I knew him before I got there, but I think from what she's saying is that I'll meet him once I'm there. He's the man with the rose. And then when I was making my coffee, I've decided I had contemplated it over and over and over again because I thought it might be too weird. But I've decided it's not too weird. I want to call her Amber Roisin Marie. Amber Rose Marie. Amber Roisin Marie. I'm going to call my little girl Amber. So, Amber Rose. Roisin just means rose. And Amber was named after her Irish midwife. So Amber Roisin Marie. Her name was Marie. But Roisin is Irish as well. So Amber was named after her Irish midwife. So I'm going to call her Amber Roisin Marie. So she is the Amber Rose. And remember when I was writing it, I said about the slime queen sending people from the underground to try and steal the rose before it was born. That happened in real life. And the thing is, my traitor friend, the one that Musk sent to try and send me in the wrong direction, I told him a plot line that I had for the Amber Rose, and he immediately went and told Musk, and then Musk went and put it in a Night Worlds thing. But I chose against it. I decided against it. I changed the plot because I said I was originally going to fly in as a dragon, but I decided not to go in as a dragon because I didn't want to hurt all the people fighting on my side of the war. So I slip in discreetly and rescue King Lucian and then slip back out again. And then the Slime Queen gets turned into a stone statue and the dwarves come and chip away at her to turn her into gravel for the road. And it literally happened in real life. He ran and told her and him my storyline. That's how I knew I couldn't trust him. But you see, that's why I put the stuff out there to see who can and can't be trusted, because a lot of these people pretend to be my friends, pretend to be love interests, pretend to want to be my protector and that. And so I give them little snippets and see what they do with it. And he ran straight to them. and they tried to turn it into a plot line where Elon Musk and Tia Darling literally became King Lucian and Brahena Saithusa. She even named herself Queen. She didn't realise I was watching. They didn't know I was watching. Or if they did, they didn't think that I'd put two and two together. But they're idiots. Because demons, they're not bright. Honestly, they're not bright. If you can be mind controlled, you're susceptible to the inability for free thinking, especially if you've been vaccinated. So, yes, so I caught them out and I've exposed them all. And now I have to get a lawyer because he actually threatened to kill me. And it didn't come up as a ex community guidelines violation. And because I know that he's already tried to have me killed before, and I have the evidence with the poisoned apple, remember Snow White and all that. He even made some comment about, is he a friend or is he a foe? I've always known that he was a foe. I always knew he was trying to get information on me from WhatsApp and that. I'm not an idiot. The trouble is that my friend got caught in the middle, and I've been trying to protect my friend. Hopefully I have. But, yeah, he literally threatened to kill me. If I come back, I'll kill you, he said. If I come back to you, because you broke my heart, if I come back to you, I'll kill you. Because I knew that he was posting stuff to make me believe that it was my friend talking so that I'd be upset and offended by my friend, because they do not want me collaborating with my friend. They have made sure that every man I've tried to partner up with to get this foundation built, they have taken away from me. Every single one of them. Every single one of them. Whether they were love interests or not. Every single one of them. Because the jealousy and envy is mental illness level. And I'm desperately trying to save my friend. Like I've been desperately trying to save Laddie, but he didn't listen. He had to learn the hard way. And my man with the rose. My Prince Charming. The ones that wrote Snow White and Rose Red are leading me to, that dream. It's so like mind control doesn't work on me. I see through everything. I just had to wait and sit and be patient, i.e. the bus. That's what buses are. Being like in the in between here and there. And her getting on the bus was her saying she's about to go in the between her old life and her new life, but her new life is with me. So I'm going to call her Amber Roisin Marie, my girl, and she's going to be proof when I get pregnant with her, and I'm not going to announce my pregnancy until like I can't hide it anymore. It's proof that the ninth element is real and that resurrections do happen. That not reincarnation, but kind of, that it's all real, and that Jesus was right, and Lazarus, that it's all real, and that's what the ninth element is. The ninth element is the element between birth and death. The in-between. Remember the video, how the scientist came out the other day and said that non-existence is real? That's the in-between between birth and death. And she's going to prove it, and she'll love that, because she was a scientist too, but she was a scientist in the medical field. I'm a scientist of physics and the occult, so she would have been right up for this whistleblowing on the pedophiles. And he has a sick, I think he envies his daughter, and I think that he has a thing for his daughter, because a lot of his grot characters look just like her, and that Tia Darling copies whatever pleases him. including dressing up like Disney princesses, just like Bill Clinton and Stephen Hawking. That's how you know they all belong to the same killing kittens sex cult. So the man with the rose. I got to look for the man with the rose, and he's waiting for me in Switzerland, or I'll meet him when I get to Switzerland. I'll know him, and not necessarily because he's holding a rose, but I know what she means when she says that. It's symbolic. He won't necessarily be holding a rose. Amber Roisin Marie. I'm going to name her after my girl. I had been thinking about it before, but I thought, is that a bit too much? But I think it's the perfect way. I think it's, yeah, Amber Roisin Marie. So when she's been naughty, Amber Roisin Marie, get over here. So, yes, I'll put links in the description box below, including the 3 dreams that I'm talking about, the golden bus, the one where I kick Hugh Grant's ass, and the one about the frequency. And I'll do the Snow White Rose Red as well. But you can see it all there, but just beware of the fact it's quite disturbing. What I've uncovered in regards to Musk and his daughter and his little bondage mistress, his dominatrix mistress, it's sick. And it was enough where I had to get his daughter involved because I think, like me, she needs to get legal protection. Because I've had 4 attempts on my life, and he made a public threat on my life on X on that night world, and it wasn't pulled up as an X violation. But when I talked about the public execution of King Charles and Keir Starmer's reputation, I got banned for 12 hours. So, yeah, so it's all documented. He's been deleting anything that I mentioned to do with Ashley St. Clair, including when I said that I was going to name my character in Holy War the movie after her. So he's been deleting posts without my knowledge, without my permission, without letting me know, which is also against X guidelines and all of that. But I think that if I can get my lawyer to subpoena all the records in that, we'll be able to pull it all up, and I can get them to reactivate my X because I've got stuff on my Instagram, because I've got stuff on there that proves it all too. I have got other ones in there. I've posted the ones I best I could, but some of them are buried so far down, in my historical timeline of my feeds and that it's just going to take forever. So, because usually I just put in a search for my ex to bring them all up, but he's either hidden them or deleted them. But I have got them on like LinkedIn and YouTube and my Instagram and that. It's just they're buried so deep. And I don't really want to be dealing with it. I just want to get to Switzerland. So, like my sore ears have gone. God only, I literally just put the rose water in just before I hit live. Oh, that's better. They only took like, what, half an hour. So, yeah. So she's letting me know that her baby daddy's waiting for me in Switzerland. Or, not that he's waiting for me in Switzerland, but I'm going to meet him when I get to Switzerland. She's chosen him and she's getting ready to come down. I'm going to know who he is because he's the man, Rose, the Amber Rose. Remember before they get married, he presents her with the brooch with the Amber Rose on it, and it pulsates every time he's thinking about her. It lights up and goes whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah, the Amber Rose. I'm gonna know him. She's gonna point him out to me. What am I going to do? Hi, you don't know me, but you're my baby daddy. I don't approach men. I don't approach men. I'm a lady. Ladies don't approach. My mother she'd be rolling in her grave if she knew she had a daughter that approached men. I have never approached a man in my life ever. I talk to them and it turns into something. But I never go in there thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to have him. I've never done that ever in my life. I am a lady. Oh my gosh. But the funny thing is, Amber would kill me for saying this, but she's not here, so she can't do anything. But one of the reasons why she's gotten involved in this to help me kick his ass is because she had bother with a guy that fancied her that had a fetish for baffies, for slippers. And he used to send he used to send her different kinds of slippers and want to do shrek with her wearing different kinds of slippers. And she was like, she bolted. But we we used to have a good laugh about it. I'm spilling the tea now. She'd be horrified if she was alive, but I kept that secret until she was dead. But this is why she's getting involved, because she would have been right there with me. She knew what I was doing. She knew I was innocent when my sister Erin had told me. She figured out that Chris had lied to the family, and the family, like Chris had dropped blood to feed to the family, and they sucked it up like sharks, feeding frenzy off the gossip. And when Amber figured it out, she just said, keep out of it, keep out of my relationship between me and Auntie Debbie. She said to me, when you come to my house, I'll make sure that nobody comes to the house when you're there. When I was talking about coming to visit her, when we first reconnected. And she was right. She helped me with my Halloween festival ideas and everything. She helped me with my food ideas because she was an incredible baker and cake decorator. I was going to get her and her husband on board because he's a chef. And then she just went downhill. But she was right on board with it. She knew what I was doing and she knew why I was doing it. And this is why she's helping me now that she's crossed over. Because she knows it's going to bring me justice. And that me living in the life of luxury is because she knows that I'm going to win a lawsuit out of it, and that it's going to be enough money to get me to Switzerland to live the life that I want to live, which for me would be luxury, but certainly not the luxury of the house that I was living in the dream, because I'm putting all the money towards the kids and the foundation. I'm going to have my homestead. I'm going to travel the world as long as I don't have to worry about bills and putting food on the table, and I get to travel and I get to have my cow Charles Darwin and my horse Nicodemus and my pet chickens and my veggie garden and my herbery and my dream kitchen and a bath and shower big enough for me and my mans. Give the rest, look, put it all back into the school and philanthropic causes. The sick thing is, when you know how Elon started coming out about people giving him shit about how he was suddenly pro Jesus. That Tia, darling, has started talking exactly like me. Oh, I pray that you're this and God that. But if you go further down her posts, there's no mention of it. It's all a lot of and her paper doll productions was all to do with about him being her slave. Like all very dark, and nipple clamps and code words. And then he put up that thing on Night World to do with pineapples and what's better, pineapples or pizza. And pizza's a pedophile term and pineapple's a BDSM term. It's the word you say when you've had enough. And it's just, the thing that, okay, fine, if that's your thing, that's fine, but it's the fact that they're bringing children in on it. And then now, because of Amber, his poor daughter. So I hope she listens. I hope she takes it seriously, because I've got to take it seriously. I've got to get a lawyer. He threatened my life. He's stolen my identity. He's stolen my ideas and my stories. So I probably was right all along. He probably is the reason why the Dear Satan clause got made by Paramount Plus. I told Nayib Bukele that story, and he's great friends with Elon Musk. So, yeah, and I've got all the evidence. But I now also have proof that he's been that he's been making attempts on my life, because they can't shut up. Demons, when they're in the presence of God, they can't shut up. They have to talk. They're forced by universal law to speak the truth. I just hope my friend's okay, because I know he's been affected by it. I keep saying to him, the reason why you keep having these bouts of depression, the reason why you keep having these bouts of dark thoughts and that is because of who you're around. And you need to get away from being around them, because it's affecting you and it's affecting your work. And you're not seeing properly. You're not seeing things clearly because they're masking what they want you to see, i.e. the rise of the Dragon Queen, because they're putting images in front of you that aren't real in order to blindfold you, to stop you from seeing what you want to see. And now, unfortunately, my friend is going to get caught up in the frenzy of this BDSM child porn grok imagine thing because of Elon Musk and Tia Darlin / Paper Dolls, because he didn't listen. The only good thing is I'm the only one that knows his true identity, other than Elon, and I would never ever give up his true identity. I'd die to protect him. I have almost died to protect him 4 times. So he's the one that has the most to offer the world at this point in time. Until I get justice and get my money, I'm nothing compared to the value that he brings to the world. So I would die to protect him. At least I know with my boys, they've got everything. And if they decide to pick up my legacy, it's there. It's like the golden egg waiting for them, waiting to hatch. All they have to do is crack it open, and they're going to have a universe full of golden stars that are going to plant some very lucrative seeds for them, should they decide to crack the golden egg open. I'm the goose. But if anything happens to me, at least I know that my friend is still there, adding value to the world with who and what he is. But if we can get over this last hurdle, I can bring him on board and he can protect my golden eggs, because he'll help me lay them, because he's incredibly inspiring to me. All the people I've met along the way, from King Charles, Admiral Arrington, my goose Admiral Arrington is based on him. I've got Vladimir Teddy Bear, my teddy bear for Superhero Toy League, Kimmy Jimmy, Space Cowboy, Victor Orban, all these people, King Lion, even Nayib Bukele, even though he's like an absolute backstabber, he's King Lion. So good or bad, all these people I've met along the way have inspired the most incredible characters that I'm going to get to create a whole new Disney for, which is why, now that I've uncovered everything and exposed everything, and because remember, Elon Musk wants to buy Disney, so now it all makes sense, right? I get the new Disney. I just have to stay alive long enough. I'm just kidding. Amber. I know I'm not. I know how I die. I die of old age in my sleep. I saw my death before I even had Thomas. I die of old age in my sleep. So I'll put the links in the description box. You'll see it for yourself, but it's going to piss you off. I will never If my friend is listening, I will never, ever, ever tell anyone who you are, ever. I haven't given up the names of my veterans that I helped, or the people who were in the CIA or the NYPD, my soldiers, nothing. I've given up no names. I'll go to prison to protect your names. And I've always said that. I was locked up to protect your names. Except one of you I didn't know back then. And one of them, King Charles, I didn't even care about back then, but look at me now, eh? So anyway, I'm going to go because my breakfast is ready and I'm starving. I saved some mashed potato left over from my dinner. I'm going to have it fried up on some toast. There's nothing like reheated mashed potato on toast for brekkie. Going to put some Vegemite on the toast. Oh my God, it's going to be amazing. So I'll put the links in, and yeah, I've only been awake a couple of hours and I've already caused so much trouble. I just, as long as my friend's okay, as long as Musk's daughter can get legal protection. So anyway, I'm going to go. I'll speak to you later. Ka kite anō. Mwah.